We're live, and hello, welcome to the Galactic Seabass Podcast. My name is Sebastian. This is an impromptu Monday edition, aka the 47th edition of the one and only Galactic Seabass Podcast. My name is Sebastian, your host now, forever, and always. Today we have a very special guest. For the last few days, I've had a very certain member of my family staying with me, and I would like to introduce you guys to my baby brothers are. All right, this is going to be our very first family episode of the GSP. We are here live in Ocean Beach, San Diego on March 25th, 2024 with my little brother, Czar. How are you doing today?
I'm actually doing pretty well, I'd say. I have a burrito, I have some milk. Very good host.
All right, well, thank you so much for being here. Czar, you live in Vegas, that's correct?
Yep.
How do you think Vegas is differentiating between San Diego right now, this time of year?
A lot less water over there, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely a lot less water in the desert.
The air is nicer, I'd say. And I honestly, I don't know, I just like the whole scenery more than Vegas, because Vegas is more gloomy over here, it's more gloomy over there with clouds, and over here, it's kind of nice, I'd say. It fits.
It's definitely, yeah. You know, the gloom and doom can only be so doomy. So it's nice to have some cool clouds every once in a while. By the way, every time a plane goes over, I like to cheers. Cheers, me bud. Welcome to the GSP. Episode 47.
Does this happen every time, or just this?
Every time a plane goes over, yep. All right, today's episode is brought to you by Mike's Taco Club. This is actually a very dangerous episode. What we're doing here today is basically trying to run over a brief recap of everything we did this weekend. I love my baby bro to death, and I wanted him to be a part of this podcast. He also flies in exactly 1 hour, 39 minutes from now. So,
A bit of a time crunch.
We're on a bit of a time crunch.
It's all right.
All right. Did you have fun in San Diego?
Yeah, I'd say I did.
Anything you feel like you missed out on?
I didn't see my best friend, but that was the only thing. Everything.
He lives in Hemet. He lives in Hemet, for everybody listening. Hemet was a 2.5 hour drive.
Pretty far. He was willing to take the distance.
I said if he had come to visit, then I totally would have let him come and gone. So, sorry about that. But you had fun otherwise?
Yeah, no.
I don't know why I would bring...
Everything regarding us, I'd say I had fun.
I'm not sure why I immediately brought up anything. You have anything negative happen? What was your favorite part about the trip?
Well, honestly, I don't know if I can say I have a favorite, because if I say that I have a favorite, that means I prefer it over everything else over the whole trip. And I'd say every trip that we did together was unique in its own way and very enjoyable together.
Do you have any standout moments?
Any standout moments? No, but I'm just saying, like, it was unique in its own way. Like Dave and Buster's last night.
Yep.
That was fun because it was more relaxed and more video game. And back in the old days when we used to play together on Xbox when I was real little. And even today, like, you can see the difference. We still had fun last night, but we went to the beach today, and that was pretty fun. But it was tiring, but it was fun. It's
exercise, yeah, it's always good. We've been talking about buggy boarding again for years, because the last time I was a pretty grand occasion. So yeah, I think today lived up to the expectations.
Three-time fist bump of reigning 5 years. I think, maybe.
Those are words.
No, because every time that I've come here, we've done a boogie board. And and we've fist bumped on the way down.
How about one more?
Just like that, ladies and gents.
That was pretty cool. Yeah, no, today was good. The waves are pretty hectic. There was a huge storm yesterday. I took him to Dog Beach on the windiest day of the year. So there were 2 dogs running around, and one of them was mine. Still a really fun time. Found a bunch of shells. Went out and explored. We saw the Ocean Beach cave at Sunset Cliffs. What'd you think of that cave?
What cave?
The first one we went to. That little hike we had to go around the trail.
Oh, okay. So like the mountains, not the ocean one, not the mushroom.
It's by the ocean. You have to go down past the rocks, and then we went around.
So like the first thing. Like the first cave.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was interesting. We played a game of tic-tac-toe in the sand. I won every time.
He actually beat me on the last one. You did not win every time. It became a draw very clear. Tic-tac-toe is not one of those games for those with grand,
Yeah,
illustrious
that's what
minds.
Luke is saying. He's trying to come up with an excuse, guys.
Maybe
But no, technically, you have
get this
a
burrito.
0% win rate, and I have a 50% win rate. And if you round that up, that's basically 1 point to me, and 1-0. That's literally 10%.
50% win rate would mean that you've lost half the time too. So you'd have 100%. How could it be 0 and 50? Did you
Because
learn
it's
anything in
obviously 200.
school?
No, it's 200 because if you have the 50 and 100, right?
No.
That obviously means that the total score is.
If you have a 50% win rate, that means you've won one and you've lost one.
But I haven't lost any.
Well, then you would have a 100% win rate.
No.
Yes.
Because if the score is
What?
No, if the score 2 games, each game is 100%, right? And we both lost one.
No. You said I never won one.
That means you must have never won one.
What are you talking about? What?
What? You're confusing
You
me.
won a game of tic-tac-toe.
Yeah. But
I didn't.
Yeah, and I
So
didn't
you
either.
have a 100% victory rate in those games. What on earth are you
We
talking
draw.
about? You can draw twice. That doesn't declare anything.
Means we're both losers.
Dude, you're a
We're
dork.
not even.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We're not even. Nobody is evenly a winner. We both lost.
Are you still on tic-tac-toe? I was talking about the cave. You're just diving into this stupid sand game.
I'm just saying that I won fairly.
There you go. Congratulations. Thanks for rubbing it in my face.
I mean, you're welcome.
You're ruining this whole trip. This is. I'm just
I'm
kidding.
ruining this podcast.
Yeah, I don't really know. That's just, anyway. So we had a good time. Did you? Yeah, like anything stand out to you? We have a plane to catch, man. Talk.
Yeah.
And I need to eat too. I've never eaten on a podcast.
I was
before. I don't
waiting-
know when to dive into this thing.
I was waiting. All right, here. I'll say this. Can we eat?
I don't know. This just feels weird.
I'm just waiting for you to say that we can. I don't want to be the first one to take a bite on your podcast. I feel like you should take a bite on the podcast
This
as
was-
the owner. I took
was
the
a
first
really-
sip.
This is the only thing that's been like hard to do this weekend. It's been a really fun time.
Very excited.
We just put it on the internet and now it's like up into a thing.
Yeah, we were.
I'm ready to eat. I'm starving. We went boogie boarding today. We went on a bike ride. We did a lot today. It's been a grand occasion. Hiked Annie's Canyon the other day. We hiked Sunset Cliffs. Saw sunset over there. Went to Dog Beach. Went boogie boarding. Went and played drums over at Rock and Roll San Diego. We went on the roller coaster.
Oh,
This is all in like
yeah, we
4
did go on the
days.
roller coaster. Huh? How'd you feel?
Yeah,
about
the
it?
roller coaster was cool, man.
How long? It said it was built in 1920.
It was built
Big
in
Dipper,
1925,
right?
so next year I'll be 100 years old.
The roller coaster will.
Yep, it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
And
same.
what did it say to survive? It survived 3 fires,
Mm-hmm.
an explosion, or demolition.
Yeah, an attempted demolition,
Mm-hmm.
and probably a lot of angry citizens. I don't know.
I don't know. As I was watching it, I noticed that it was like.
I forgot. Cheers.
I'm not cheersing you after.
Okay, well, you can eat
I'll
now.
cheers you in the foil. You want to cheer the foil together? No, the foil. All right.
You're
works,
weird.
works enough, buddy.
Anyway, roller coaster was cool.
Yeah.
Got a video.
Survived a lot of things, and we survived it too. So, I'd say it's pretty good.
Not too shabby.
I'd say this burrito's better.
We also watched a lot of movies this weekend, like a ridiculous amount of movies. Basically, this movie, or this podcast, is like a movie coverage episode. Because you know how we are in the GSP. We like to talk about what the movies that we've seen throughout the week. And this week, boy oh boy, did we put some work in. Which means that I only have like 3 days to catch up until the next episode. I have to watch some more movies. Anyway, we started off with the Belko experiment.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, that was the first one I watched, I'm pretty sure.
No.
What was the first one?
The first one that we watched was one of the movies that you recommended. Because I know before we watched the Belko experiment, we watched the Adam Sandler one.
Which was Billy Madison?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So we started off the weekend with Billy Madison.
Not true.
Czar, what do you think about Billy Madison?
I think well, it was very interesting, very educational. I
Can you see why it is the cult classic that it is?
What are those big words of yours mean?
The big words, a cult classic. It's like a movie that doesn't necessarily do too well at the box office, but gains a large fan base, and you know, is sort of like recognizable just from that one thing, like The Room.
Oh yeah, because you were telling me that you know, that and Happy Gilmore was what allowed Adam Sandler to start his own business, right?
Yep. Happy Madison Productions.
Wow, that was not a good idea. Try to mix like all three sauces together.
That's what I did. That is absolutely the best idea.
I don't think so.
What you should do is use that big old tray that I gave you to eat on. There's literally a giant thing for you to put your plate on instead of having it just sit in your lap. Like this.
Oh.
Haha. Wow.
I think that does make a little more sense, but
that makes a ton of sense.
I think
it's funny. I've never really done an interview with a 16-year-old, but I'm guessing this is about as good as it'll go. Jeffrey Epstein, please stop watching my podcast. He's not for sale.
How much are we talking?
What do you think about? Are you bummed that you never got picked to go to Epstein's Island?
I like my life where it is right now. I enjoy the experiences we had. So I would say I'm not bummed.
That was more of a joke, but did you just smother salsa all over the outside of the burrito? You didn't put it on the inside part where you're going to eat?
To get accused of.
I'm just here to judge your burrito eating skills now.
All right.
Anyway, what would you rate Billy Madison? Because I gave it a. I'm gonna have to give it a 9.3 for sure. It's like it's up there. I love it. It makes me laugh every time, without a doubt. You got Chris Farley, Adam Sandler. Cheers. What would you rate it? This is why the burritos were a funny idea.
Yeah. I'd say an 8.7. Maybe like even a 7.2.
You dropped it fast. 8.7 to 7.2.
Yeah, I came to a realization.
Dang, that's wild. Damn.
I
probably
do
never
like
get
it.
booked in an Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah, I do like it, but I don't know. I didn't. I feel like your rating was too high, so I had to lower mine.
I think it's just like the era of what it came from and what it meant to me at the time when I first saw it.
When did it come out?
I believe it was 1990. Oh, 7? 8? I want to say. Close to when D'Artagnan was born.
What movie did we start off with? It wasn't Billy Madison.
I'm saying it was Billy Madison.
It was not Billy Madison.
Did we try to watch that Poor Things first? That was awful.
What movies do we have on there?
I have all these movies. Listen, this is my list. Get off my back, bro.
Roadhouse.
Yeah, Roadhouse was there. Was that the first one?
No.
I'm telling you it was the Belko, dude.
It was not Belko.
Because we had a full day.
Because I was like, no. You know what? I want to pick a movie that we both have never seen.
Which
because
was the
before
Belko.
that, yeah, that was the first movie which we have both never
So the
seen.
first one was Billy.
No.
What was before it then? You should have wrote it down. I wrote it down, wrote down my list. Where's your list?
I don't have a pen.
Okay, there's several pens.
I take back my first comment. Terrible host. I don't even have a pen or paper.
Rude. Wow. Okay.
How can I write these things down?
Don't forget, you can't take words back.
Talking about Billy Madison and
This
education.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a pretty cool educational film.
For legal reasons. I'm joking.
So
He's a great host.
Anyway, then we watched the Belko Experiment, which was pretty bad. I don't even remember what it was about. I don't know, man. What?
They were all locked in. Remember?
Oh yeah, the guy from Scrubs. The Dr. Cox gets locked in a building and has to murder everybody. There's other characters too, but I just love the fact Dr. Cox was like this psycho killer. So I gave that a 6.5. It was pretty bad. And then we watched Roadhouse. Now, neither of us have seen the original Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze. So, I didn't really know what to base it on, but I love Jake Gyllenhaal. And I thought it was a great ride throughout the thing. Conor McGregor made his movie premiere, and he definitely, like, did the one thing I think he can do in movies, is just be, like, a brute. So, that was fun. Are you covering up while you eat? Mm-hmm. Just, no. Mm-hmm. There's literally no way to escape it at this point.
You.
Yeah, because I'm a man.
You got like a mask.
I don't fear eating. Do you see how the salsa's on the inside, so when I eat it, it's like safe?
So what just happened? I'm not a big fan of that sauce.
Which one?
The green one. But I'm just testing things.
You gotta test the waters, man. That's how you learn how to float. Anyway, I gave Roadhouse an 8.5. What would you say?
I don't know, 9.3.
9.3?
Yeah.
Wow. Adam Sandler, Billy Madison got a 7.2, remember. Keep in mind, just on his movie rating scale. Alright. Got a 9.2 from Czar. See, I'll write that down with my pen and my paper. I'd give you one, but now I feel offended.
I think it was because I was led with high expectations for Billy Madison, and those
I did kind of
were not
build it up, but yeah, it's a great film. You're also on your phone a lot.
It's a good film.
You're a Gen Z kid. You always want to text and talk to people.
I was on my phone a lot.
Why don't you just have no friends like me, and then you don't have to text anybody? And there's the hair. Does that not bother you? Oh my gosh, that's so wild to me. I love it.
Still won't.
Alright, yeah, we tried to make a bun earlier today. That was a mission. This dude's got a lot of hair. I don't know if you can see, it's currently like past the frame of the camera. That's a plane. Cheers to the long hair boys. 3 out of the 4 sons my mom had have long hair. One of them used to, he cut it. He also recently got engaged, so maybe the long hair might have something to do with it. Anyway, after you fell asleep on the first night, I watched Argyle. Pretty cool. It's about like this lady who writes spy books and then gets involved in like a spy mission. It was pretty fun. I gave that an 8. Then the next day we watched Walk Hard, which my mom might not approve of. However, that doesn't matter because I'm in charge, baby. Anyway, what'd you think of Walk Hard? Because that is one of my few 10 out of 10s out there. I think it's a perfect film.
I really like the music.
The music was pretty fun, right? It's a real soundtrack on Spotify. You could go listen to the songs.
Mm-hmm. It was a good story. Mm-hmm. Questionable at points, but I enjoyed it.
I believe that's true too. Well, they try to parody so many different people's lives into one character. You know, trying to turn all these different little bits into one person. It's kind of tough. And then after that, watch John Wick. What'd you think of that?
The order is completely off, but yes.
He's never seen the John Wick series before, so doesn't have the plan. It happens a lot. One of these things is going to be yours.
Yeah. You're going to have to choose yourself.
I will be cheersing myself, baby. By the way, this is an official movie quality Luna Lovegood wand. That's what I've been using as the mic for this episode. Sorry, has a real microphone.
They don't work.
Yeah, I'm sure that works better than that. So then you fell asleep again, and I watched Migration. It's Camille Nanjiani in this movie where he's a duck. And his family is a bunch of ducks, and they decide they're going to leave the pond and migrate. So they go to Jamaica. And it's actually pretty fun. Gave that one a 7. I'll go 7.5. It was actually pretty fun. I like the part where they finally free the Jamaican bird. And he's like, I'm free, man. Okay, here's another part where my mom might get kind of mad. We watch Blazing Saddles. So, what did you think as a 16-year-old boy of Blazing Saddles?
Well, as a 16-year-old boy,
born in the 21st century,
who has no legal responsibilities or limitations per se. Nah, don't worry. I'll give it a nice.
No, what'd you think about it? And then
for the time and era it was created in, I think it was pretty great and very, very funny. So I'll give it a nice 8.2, 8.5.
8.5.
Yeah.
Isn't it wild they could never make another movie like that?
Yeah. that is how an instrument works, but it is interesting as the times go, and you know, more limitations are applied on things and such. But
I'm gonna speak up.
yeah,
Gotta make sure you enunciate.
apologize if it's not very clear for
Mumbler. That's a plane. That's a quote from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. She's like, I'm speaking just fine. Mumbler! Anyway, I gave Blazing Saddles a 9.5. You know, I actually wrote it down. After we watched it, you gave it a 9.3. Did you know that? You just changed your score. So, I'm going to keep it right in the middle. So I gave it a 9. I gave it a 9.5. We tried to watch this movie, Poor Things.
What was that? Was that the weird one?
Poor Things was that black and white movie where,
yeah,
Willem Dafoe is like a German.
I lost interest
Swiss
after
Army
she
knife
started
or
stabbing
whatever.
him in the eyes.
Huh?
I lost interest after she started stabbing him in the eyes. You know, the dead guy.
Oh, she was squishing that dead guy's eyes, like squish, squish, squish. Yeah, that was pretty gross. It was all black and white, just hard to watch and follow. It was boring. So, yeah, I didn't watch that one. I don't even know if I'll finish it. That was like, I'm sure it gets cool, but I don't care. If I had somebody to like snuggle with and like not care about the movie, I could probably finish that movie. You'll know what that means when you're older. Anyway, so I brought up the fact that he's never seen Rush, which really bothered me, like to my core. So I forced him to listen to it, and he said he liked the instruments, which was kind of neat. And then we started to watch I Love You Man. We're literally halfway through I Love You Man, but there's no way to do this podcast, watch I Love You Man, and make his plane. So we decided we're going to do this episode instead of just watching the movie and eat burritos. Anyway, have they gotten to the part? They haven't even got to the part in the movie. Oh, it's okay. Okay, you have to finish this when you go home. And they're gonna see Rush. It's gonna be awesome. It's so weird. This generation doesn't care about old music like that. I mean, there might be like few little bits here in between of kids kind of like, what kind of music are you into, man? Like, what do you listen to? What do the kids listen to nowadays?
Well, I don't really represent all kids, but I like a variety of genres. I don't look at the author, or not author, that's writing, but I don't look at the artist of the songs typically, and I rather just listen to the songs than anything else. But if I do see like a few similar songs and I recognize the name over and over, then I'm like.
So what kind of artists are you into? Who's your who's on your shuffle right now?
Well, I have a few playlists, but I like old timey rock, like music, like nostalgic music for us when mom was playing music in the car or things like that. I do like music like that, and you know, old rock.
Wow, very descriptive.
Yeah, past and present. But I don't have any particular artist that I prefer right now.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. You come from a very like rock lineage, so that I just think it's funny you just described. I like to listen to rock and old rock. There's a lot of. I think you've got some research. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know. You listen to like black metal or gospel or like Christian rock or kind of like your I don't know, reggae. Like hardcore, punk.
I like some metal.
Heavy metal, black metal, thrash metal, pop metal.
It's too many.
Death
to
metal.
know the difference in between. I don't know.
That's pretty cool.
But some stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how much you want to get into like your lineage, but like you come from a heavy line of like black metal, which is dope. So yeah, I don't know, definitely. Like I think a lot of these bands that you like, a lot of these people were influenced. It just goes back generations and generations. So you know, when you got these guys who are out nowadays, like Greta Van Fleet, like guys like Duran Duran, who liked people Like, trying to do one more before I get to Zeppelin. But then even Zeppelin goes back to like the blues and old rock and roll, like, you know, the Southern, Robert Johnson, just like the heritage of rock goes back to the blues always. So it's cool to just kind of like open up all musical realms and not leave any limitations. So it's good that you're kind of open to whatever. But yeah, learning about like the name of an artist can get you to like go check the artist out and then go find something that like you might like.
I agree.
You have a strange way of wording stuff.
Yeah.
It's cool though. You're very unique. Did you enjoy Annie's Canyon?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you like more, the sea cave or the mushroom caves?
Well, I'd say the view was better from the mushroom caves, from any canyon, than it was from the sea, because all we could see was the sea.
You gotta speak up.
I prefer the view of Annie Canyon, and I enjoyed the experience more.
We were at sea level. The other one.
Yeah. Not a whole lot to see. But I enjoyed the experience more to the sea cave, and I enjoyed the view more at Annie Canyon.
Well worded. All right, we got a little bit left. What'd you think of Quiet Place 2?
Some moments they both like angered us a little, because that was also a movie that we both have never seen before.
Yeah.
And I really didn't like how long the girl was taking to do things. And especially at the
The
end.
deaf girl, right?
Yeah, the main lead, I believe.
Yep.
Deaf girl. I get story writers, but did her mom really have to get scratched? And I feel like, I don't know why nobody ever did this. They killed multiple monsters, but they never used their bodies for anything. It's been shown in the movie that their claws very easily slice through metal.
Right.
And can probably very easily slice through each other as well.
Yeah, they never really use it against them.
And their armor is so hard, so why has nobody thought of just like trying to
Make armor out of their bodies?
just make use out of their bodies?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that would be way more efficient. And who knows, maybe they wouldn't even attack each other at all. So
That's a really
like
good point.
if they saw something,
Well, they don't see, they hear.
but
That's
if
the whole point.
but you did you see how,
Like when they walked, if they walked on the ends of their little feet.
yeah, but like if they were to feel another one, would they know that it's dead or not?
They should have turned them into robots.
Mm-hmm. No, Terminator.
Super easy with the. No, I'm talking about putting a robot skeleton in the alien and driving it like a mecha. Mm-hmm.
Maybe what if that one dies like immediately?
We're not getting on the same wavelength here. Dead alien, put robot legs in it. Now it's a robot. Same alien.
Anyway, but I feel like they could have just put more use into their bodies. Because they just left their bodies lying around.
And John Krasinski was super dead the whole movie. He was just never there. That sucked. I was really hoping he'd show up at some point.
Which one was that?
John Krasinski's the dead.
The dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, he died in the last one.
Dumb. 7.5. That was actually what you said. I gave it a 7.3. Then we watched Hot Rod.
I enjoyed Hot
Just a
Rod.
little bit ago. What'd you think of Hot Rod?
I enjoyed Hot Rod. It was silly, it was goofy, but I liked it. It was simple. Simple things are nice.
That's my favorite quote of this episode. Enjoy the simple things. What was that? Rule 48 in Zombieland? Enjoy the little things. Let's see. We also... I'm trying to think. What do you want to do with your life, man? You're 16. What are your goals and visions right now? I'm actually curious. This is kind of like a time capsule.
Well, right now, I've been trying to get my driver's license and my food permit.
Okay.
And I was waiting, and I've been
fully believe
waiting.
in you.
I've been waiting to get a job until after this month has passed. Like I was gonna get a job beforehand, but then since I was notified of this, I'm like, oh, can't get a job, and then just
Bail on it.
Yeah.
Good call.
Because then if they fired me, then it wouldn't look good for other jobs.
Yep.
Things like that. That was my mindset anyway.
Well, if you get fired from a job, you just don't write that on your resume.
Yeah.
But they will ask you about the gap in time.
Yeah.
So good call. I wish you luck in your job endeavor. Do you have any what's your big dream right now?
I can't say that I have a bigger dream right now.
Really? You should always be dreaming, buddy.
Yeah.
Never
A
know.
lot of things preoccupying.
Dreaming?
Yeah, time. I'd say school.
Yeah. You thinking about college?
We'll see what time. We'll see what time.
What grade are you in?
I
You're
am
16.
in 11th.
Yep, that's where I was. So you'll graduate at 17?
Did you? What were you thinking about life? And at 16.
That's what I'm thinking about. You know, when I was 16, I think we had moved to Wyoming, and
I was 1 year old.
my dad, you were like 1 or something. My dad died 2 years ago, so I was kind of like, I don't know, I wasn't really doing that good in school, and then finally, like, I turned it around that year in the computer lab, did like 2.5 years and 3 months in a computer lab, and got back on track and graduated, and yeah, I guess at that point I wasn't really thinking, like, I think I wanted to be a pro bike rider. Really loved BMX, and I was like, I'm gonna do this, even though I live in Nowhereville. Then I moved to California, and I tried to make it happen, and it turns out there's really not that much money in bike tricks. There's like 8 dudes making money with BMX, and I'm not one of them, so I still love it.
Yeah, I'm glad that you found a passion that you enjoy.
It's fun, and yeah. And I just realized it's really more what it is now. Like now at 30, it's kind of like I want to use my mind to make money, less so my body. Just like the physical, exhaustion of getting hurt over and over and over. It's a lot. Takes a toll on somebody. So yeah, just keep on dreaming. You never really know what's around the corner. You should always dream big, even if you shoot, always shoot for the moon, because even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. Which is actually wrong, because the stars are way further than the moon.
Probably not.
But you get the gist of it, right?
I understand the
They should say it the other
meaning
way.
behind it.
They should say shoot for the stars, even if you miss, you'll land on the moon. And figure out what happened in 1964. Anyway, so, do you think the moon landing happened?
Who knows?
No, I want to know. What's your generation think about all these conspiracies and stuff?
I'm not a representative for my generation.
What do you think?
But
you kind of are. Okay, well then as a representative
I'm
of
just like
you.
a example, I'd say.
I'm trying not to throw you under the boat. And we can say whatever you want and give, like, no, I'm speaking for everybody.
Yeah, I'm trying to save myself. I don't know. I personally haven't dug into the topic enough to actually try and verify that. And there's a bunch of space trash now, so I would say maybe if everybody doesn't believe it that much, then try to take multiple, like a full circle, a cycle of the moon, right? And since we have such good cameras, potentially, it'd be very hard to do.
Why haven't we gone back to the moon, We did it 50 years ago.
What's on the moon to get?
What's stopping us from coming back?
I mean, there's not much to colonize on the moon if we're stuck to do that at all. There's not really many materials, I believe.
Maybe.
Just a bunch of space rock. Souvenirs.
I think that was all the movies.
No, it was not.
Well, there's one, we can't remember the first one. What was the first movie we watched? Think. Brain Blast? Also, this will be the last time we'll be eating on the podcast.
Yeah.
This was a terrible idea.
Not worked very well. Probably not very.
Not for a good
appetizing
questionnaire
to you guys,
episode.
You know.
So thanks so much for sticking with us.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate you tuning in today. I just realized I don't even know what was my camera at when I started this thing. Is it alive? I cannot believe we're still going. Awesome, it didn't die, and the video looks really great. You know what, guys? I think I might actually have to wrap this thing up. How about you finish your bite and we'll hop to it in a second.
It's still long.
Oh, we're still going, yeah. Luckily, yeah, we're like 36 minutes, which is pretty cool. But we have a plane to catch in like an hour, 5 minutes.
65 minutes.
And you haven't even packed.
I have.
You packed most of it? I see all your shells and stuff on the counter right there. Alright, well, we have some work to do, ladies and gentlemen. Today was kind of a random one, but I really love my little brother. This is my dude. We went boogie boarding today. We've had so many adventures over the last 5 days. We crammed it in. It was my first time off of work in like a month, so...
It was great.
Oh, it felt great.
Honestly,
Thanks so much for being
I think
here.
it was a very great experience, and I'm grateful to have been invited. And, who knows? Maybe we'll watch this sometime and do that same handshake at the
Rock
same time.
and roll.
And if we did, that's cool. Guess what number I'm thinking in my head right now? It's a figure one.
I don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I love you, buddy. Thank you so much for being here on the podcast today.
I love you too.
Really appreciate you being here.
Mhm.
This is my little brother Czar. Catch him in the future doing big things. And my name is Sebastian. We are here in Ocean Beach. We just did an impromptu little podcast, episode 47 here on the Galactic Seabass channel. Czar, any final thoughts, words, anything you'd like to say?
Yeah. I love my brother.
I love you right back.
Mhm.
Always. Rock and roll. Excuse me. Wow. You rock, dude. I used to change his diapers.
Yeah.
He hates when I say that, but it's like, it's so crazy. Remember the day he was born?
Also, have one more thing.
Yep.
I don't know. Do not deny that of what you do not fully know.
Prolific words. Thank you. And thanks for being here today, buddy. If you would like to support the podcast, there are several ways down below. We got Venmo, Cashapp, and a Patreon. Go ahead and subscribe. Lots of exclusive access for members right there. Catch Mitch, Ryan, and I going head-to-head at the Comedy Store in Los Angeles tomorrow night. My little buddy here has a flight to catch in 1 hour, 3 minutes. It's about 10 to 15 minutes to the airport. We go to park, and I might have screwed up. We gotta go. I'll see you later. Thanks for being here, everybody. My name is Sebastian. Thanks. This was the Galactic Seabass Podcast, episode 47. End transmission. Oh, boy. This ought to be interesting. I love you, bud.